Welcome back to Napoleon Total War with the Great War mod. Last time around we fought the British at the about third Battle of Cardiff, I think, at this point. Unfortunately, the British decided not to commit all their troops. I guess my ferocious attacks early on just led to them deciding it wasn't worth it. It wasn't going their way anyways. They had about twice the casualties I had. So they decided to dip. And they might very well try to get to London. Although I control the road here, they'll have to go through uneven terrain to get to Birmingham first. And I could intercept them at Oxford, I'm pretty sure. Or at least Hoffman and the Prince William of Prussia could make that interception. With that said, we're going to go over to another fight. One of our few enemies that remain at large is the Russian Empire, or, well, the Bolsheviks in this case. And we're going to deal with them with Paul von Hindenburg. Should be quite easy. He's got superior artillery to the enemy. And, yeah, should work pretty well. Not much to be said, really. Let's go ahead and smash the Reds before it gets out of hand. The plan is pretty standard. We've placed bombs and the engineers up front. Bit to the side here in the woods, we've got the assault detachments. And then the cavalry is going to go up and join them, so we're going to have like a forward attack position around here where the enemy general is. Infantry is going to rush forward as soon as it starts to cover this side. Yeah, that's our plan. Let's go ahead and set it in motion. Let's get infantry forward. Rush them forward to meet the Reds, as the Reds are being met here. They're only slightly moving forward, and they're firing tremendously towards these woods. I want them, of course, to walk into the bombs. So I think we should actually have them fall back. And I might actually get these guys to fall back as well, or move to the flank. Definitely want... I mean, you can't get enough of those huge bombs going off. Oh, as soon as they saw my soldiers move in at an off angle, they moved forward with mounted infantry and started shooting up the flank. Clever bastards, clever bastard. My cavalry is coming up though, and we'll be able to outnumber them. Look at the concentration of enemy troops moving forward. Move straight into my bombs. Gonna continuously pull back here until they walk onto that. And then continue to move these guys back. Might keep the infantry cavalry mounted, as I might want to make quick counter charge on the enemy. Let's see. Will they trigger a bomb? I'm pretty sure this one will trigger a bomb. Or maybe not. Oh, there goes one bomb. Destroyed an entire unit. This one might trigger the second one as the bombs are going off. The infantry should be pushed forward to take advantage of this. We're not really killing these at the rate that I would want. Everyone forward. Oh, something I need to move forward is the Jaegers. Let's cover this side. It's a massive explosion there, and you can see the troops flying all over. They've only advanced about half, so there seems to be some miscommunication within the Russian general staff here. Maybe some political intrigue where the general is being abandoned by half his army. Seeing as though we let them walk straight into my trap, I think they do right in abandoning that bastard. Let's move forward in a complete attack on the enemy now. We need to soften up the enemy troops over here first, because I intend to charge them. Okay, most of that is gone. Let's continue forward now that there's only one cavalry unit left. You know what? I'm just about to forget that they've got tons of cavalry hidden somewhere on this field. There it is. Maybe this was their trap to trap me. Okay, we're moving in. The infantry's moving into their charge. Halt the charge! The enemy cavalry is attacking. There's not a lot I can do for the 71st, as it's right there on the flank. No, the hold command hasn't reached all the troops. Some units continue their charge. What calamity! What calamity! The cavalry charge went through at great expense. And so did these infantry charges.
Our men are running, sir.
The Reds are actually breaking my attack here. My aggressive stance has certainly not worked out. Luckily, we do have troops that remain. I'll have to send the Jaegers and the Assault Pioneers towards the center.
Our men are running, sir.
To focus a little bit of defense there. And I mean, the cavalry here kinda still remains, as there's only 2 enemies left. I'm gonna need them towards the center. The important thing to blast is the enemy cavalry.
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to
The
be
others
yours.
I can shoot down. We're getting the cavalry back towards the center. Shit. Hurry back. If I lose the artillery, I lose the fight. Okay, they're too close for me to actually fire upon. Fire upon the enemy infantry instead. The assault units do still stand, even after all of that.
The entire unit is dead, sir.
Oops. Cavalry, or the mounted infantry, needs to block the 14th of the enemy's cavalry. Hindenburg to the front. We'll actually have to put the general in here into the fight. Still, some cannons remain operational. Let's not try to blow our own men up, and instead focus fire on the important enemies,
Sir,
namely the cavalry.
sir, our general is under attack.
Hindenburg can actually shoot down the remnants of whatever this is. Right, my cavalry dealt with the enemy's cavalry. Now rush back across the field and set up over there. Right, nice. The general got rid of those 2. The enemy did have quite the possibility of victory here, but they seem to have squandered it. The assault troops will go ahead and take out the enemy's general, while my men slowly take back their positions to destroy what's left of the enemy. I need bombardment of those two troops. Let's see, cavalry. Need to speed up. And then we can sweep these from the field. Where's this one going?
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while. Yes, sir.
They can rest. I've said this so many times that they can rest when they're dead, but it's definitely the case for this battle. Okay, the cavalry's gone over there. Means that I can swing these around. Enemy general's gone. They threw all the grenades down upon him. There's nothing left. Heavy artillery has blasted this unit. And heavy artillery is blasting this one. Not a lot of infantry left on my side, but don't necessarily need that, as I've got plenty of artillery. Where are you going? Are you leaving the fight? Really what's left is these two units, and then the units concentrate around their wood. The infantry will advance to that point. I'll see about getting cavalry around to the sides. And we might be able to shock them into submission through cavalry charges, together with infantry. A very brutal fight, to say the least. Something that has been requested throughout the series, but it's that kind of trade-off. Do you want the aggressive fights, or do you want the fights that can win battles and continue, you know, have troops to continue the fight? Looks like they're all kind of wavering, which looks good. Cavalry's really exhausted though. It's really down to just a shock value of their charge that would break the enemy, together with the power of artillery. I'm gonna call the men into a charge, as I tell the rest of the infantry to advance here. They're so slow now, they're so tired. The enemy breaks at the sight of that. We set up on the high ground, looking down upon the enemy. I'll get the cavalry around. We've got this cavalry over here. If it attacks at the wrong time, this unit is enough to slaughter the cavalry. And as it is exhausted, let's do it. This one is actually getting hit by the enemy infantry. Concentrate all the artillery on the center unit. The cavalry over here is making its advance, and the Russians are ready. Oh no, this one ran into the fire of this one. Somehow I think I could have foreseen that. There's only 10 men left. 8, 7, 6. Seem to have boosted the confidence of these bastards. Only 4 cavalrymen actually make it to the line. Avenge them, artillery. Avenge them. I was hoping while they were still kind of in tight formations together with each other, that an artillery shell would land and destroy them. 12 men, 17 over here. They really intend to fight to the last, aren't they? If that's the case, I think we're gonna have to throw a few grenades at them. You can get a little bit closer before you throw those grenades. Oh, there they go out. One guy survived. The other unit left, anticipating a storm of grenades. And this one gives up. They're all gone. It's only one unit left. I'll have the general move up here to the troops. Rally them a little bit for the last fight. The last unit might very well break though long before our troops get there, as they'll my troops are undoubtedly quite tired. No, most of them are actually fresh. It's the assault guys, or at least one of the assault units, that is very tired. General has arrived to rally what is left of his army. Oh yeah, one thing that I forgot to say, we'll go back to the campaign map and we'll take a look at that, but I've completely forgot to show something that has happened on the campaign map, which is quite interesting. So only 27 men left. Does this... no, none of these pieces actually reach around. Pretty sure they'll be dead long before we arrive. It's only the specialty units that are left. So the Jaegers, the assaults, assault pioneer and assault detachment. Both the pioneers are actually out of ammo. And there we go. Last unit is leaving the field. And we are victorious. Although it was a very costly victory. But that's the price to pay for cool battles. Out of the, 6,000 men that took part in this battle, only 346 remain afterwards. We have 5 units completely destroyed, 3 infantry and 2 cavalry. The enemy was completely annihilated, so their 3,800 men completely wiped out. Out of my 2,500, 2,200 are lost, with only 346 men remain to capture the town. Assault pioneers kill the most, no surprise. The bombs splashed up a lot of units. But we were able to... I can create Ukraine here. Maybe I should. Maybe I should create my own Ukraine because... or maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should. Maybe I shouldn't. I should. Because I need the troops. Oh, now. No, now we're dying in the snow. Great. And... tough crap. Why always? It's always the same. And also I lose the recruitment base. We're gonna have to move out of the snow. It's like literally every single country just hands over them. Which is all. A new nation arises as another falls. Aircraft lost? Oh. Guess we destroyed the town so much that the spy aircraft inside of it died. Oh, Turkish bomber plane? Interesting. The reason why I'm creating my own Ukraine is because of Ukrainian rebels right here. So we're having a Ukrainian revolution, or a rebellion, against my hold of Kiev. So that's why I've created my own. So I have a puppet state. I will be able to set up trade, but as we saw that trade with Finland... I've actually been able to set up trade with Finland since. So it was only... Oh wait. Cannot trade with home region? Why not? The port... in full capacity. Why so? Odd. Okay, maybe that's why there was such a... we had such a problem dealing with it. Because there's a bug that doesn't allow... Or is it rebellion still? No, the rebellion should be over. Or the civil war should be over. Why then? Suddenly I lose contact with Finland. I was, anyways, able to set up trade with them. Ukraine is... Islam? What? They don't even have Islam in their region. Why is Ukraine... Why did Ukraine turn to an Islamic nation? Huh. Odd. It's the only one that is, besides the Ottoman Empire. So I guess that's good, because it means the Ottomans won't invade them? Who knows? Anyways, what we might give them is this region, Kiev, and Little Odessa, once I'm done with it. Right. I think we have enough in this episode to deal with these rebels. And that gives us an end turn to see what these guys do. What are the British gonna do? Are they gonna retreat? Are they gonna attack again? What are they gonna do? I probably could have created Ukraine in a better place, but never mind that now. We've made Ukraine, now we've... whatever. Time to end turn. Let's go ahead and do just that. It seems as though the game has stepped in to save the revolution because I could not proceed. At first I thought it was because I had created my own Ukraine while there were still Ukrainian rebels. But the game still wouldn't allow me to continue even if I just conquered the region. So right now I'm not entirely sure what's going on. It seems also that there's quite a few other events now triggering a little bit all over the place. So the Lithuanian rebels have come through and they're ready to attacking my holdings in Lithuania. Also, we had more rebels turn up, so we have plenty of Ukrainian rebels also turning up in Odessa. I shouldn't have said anything about giving them this territory as well. Luckily for me, there's rebels here as well, so there's rebels everywhere. Which is why I've decided to, you know, screw Russia. Who wants it anyways? We're leaving. Or at least this part. I still have enough troops here to definitely defend that, but I'm not sure I want this area. I definitely want to sink that navy, but that's about it. Drag those ships together. I'm not even sure I need these, but I probably need them just to be able to shoot down the British Navy around Gibraltar. or keep it in place as we go ahead and land these two armies. What kind of navy do I have here? We have some destroyers, right? So I don't know what something's happened. We noticed. I think we noticed a little bit of this earlier, where some of the Russian revolutionary stuff didn't exactly trigger as they were. We even had the developer commenting on that, the fact that they weren't triggering exactly as they were. And I should say at this point, I'd say my version is actually older than everyone else's version, because I've got my super weird patched pre-release version still, so I don't have the released World War I version, which means also that I can't play with you guys right now because my version is different. So I think that's what's happening here, where it's triggering wrong. I'm not entirely sure why it crashes, but yeah, I think I mean, it's definitely time to end this campaign. We've got, and it kind of seems like it's dragging on with the rebels turning up everywhere. So really just want to go ahead and cap the British point over here. The British aren't making it easy for me though, as they spread out. I thought they was going to send all their troops to London. They're sending one up here to burn the mines. We have one stack moving to Swansea, the factories over there, and one moving to take control of the bridge over here, which seems rather odd. They seem sort of like they don't know where they're going, really, with their advancements. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send these guys over to London, though. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and smash through this army. He somehow thinks he can best my army, and it's in favor of him, so I'll have to play it. I don't know why he thinks he can fight this army and win. But sure, we'll open up the road to London. This will open up for the Prince of Prussia to march through. He can stay there and whatever he wants to do. But it gives us a clear road to London, and once I attack in London, we can officially end the campaign. But first, we need to deal with this bald guy. Turner, how about you turn around? As we have been advancing towards London, we came upon a British tank factory, and as you can see, we have requisitioned quite a few of them, even done a swell paint job on them, marking them clearly for the Empire. Unfortunately, it seems that they are crashing in my version of the mod, and I won't actually allow them to fire upon the enemy, but they will advance as I advance. We have gas ready to be fired upon the enemy, and I also have a sneaky sniper unit hiding in the back. Let's go ahead and start this. Let's move up the sniper first, and then start off the advance of the infantry. I'll allow the tanks to roll with the infantry, but I won't let them fire, because unfortunately that crashes the battle. But it'll look good in the advance here, as they advance upon the enemy. I think I already noted that, but just so everyone knows, at this point, I think everyone else has a more updated version of the mod than I do, because I have the earlier pre-release version of the mod, which has been, constantly patched as different problems have arisen. So currently, I do not have. I have a worse version than everyone else, because obviously, to keep the save, I haven't been able to install the latest version, the same as you guys. Ooh, the snipers really cut up the general unit there, taking out 10 men. That's about, what, 50% accuracy for these guys. Here comes the second volley. takes out loads as well. I'm sure the gas is not working well for the general either. The good thing about the snipers as well is they're able to fire from a hidden position. If you notice the little leave icon right there, they can fire from a hidden position. Now, because there's tracers though, you can kind of trace your way to where the snipers are firing from. But you know, in the heat of battle, when lots of stuff is going on, it might not be so easy to see where the attack is coming from. Although, in the big scheme of things, snipers, since you only have 20 slots, you can have a lot better units that are more easily manageable to create a lot of damage. So he just got sniped out. I'm gonna detach 3 infantry to deal with the mortar, and then we're gonna have these 4 units attack the cannons. It's a shame about the tanks, because they look spectacular. Like, they look really cool. Really have like a steampunk feel to them. Just the design, and with the machine guns on it. I'm so surprised actually by how I didn't think I thought no one could have anything to complain about when it came to the fact that they modded in actual World War I tanks that can move, fire machine gun fire, you know, cannon shot and so on. I didn't think anyone would have any problem with those, but there's still people who are like, I don't like what they did with the tanks. Like, what the crap did you expect? It's a game, like, in the basis of the game, it's a game about Napoleon, and somehow they've been able to add gas shells, flamethrower units, tanks, loads of different kinds of tanks, let me add. So, even though, obviously, I haven't put in any effort to making any of this, it still kind of pisses me off when people are like, I don't like this about tanks, or I don't like... It seems to be a lot just specifically about tanks as well, which seems like one of the most impressive units as well. Like, the thing moves and then stops, and you know, fire machine gun fire, or what else? Like, what? How can anyone possibly have anything to complain about that? But people do. What are these? I wonder what these guys are actually firing. The anti-tank snipers. How that works. Because normal fire... I guess... I don't know actually. Maybe their shot is really powerful. Like, the damage output of a single bullet out of these guys is so powerful, and the tank's got so much high HP or whatever. I don't even know. Or maybe it is a cannon round, like the same as it is for the flamethrower. Anyways, this little pit stop on our way to London is clear. Let's continue. Result of the battle, no surprise. We lost quite a few men though to this attack. Would have maybe worked better if the machine guns on the tanks worked. But there you have it. The road to London is clear. And this army will take up position at the university. This opens up for the Prince to move through. And he's now 1 turn away from taking London. Do have 2 armies. Maybe I should combine the best of these 2. These kind of feels like that as soon as they move. Yeah, can you get back into the ship? Maybe not. At least they're not moving now. Because it feels kind of like fighting this army is pointless. It also because I had so many crashes making just this one episode. Kind of sapped my strength and was so close to victory. Like I just... one more turn and the prince is there and it's over. And then the crash with this. Yes. Let's see if Ukrainians attack, they'll attack. Let's go ahead and end turn and see if we can't finish this. We have another rebellion, this time in Estonia. So, it's more Latvian rebels. Latvia, you're my protectorate, you're my ally. You're not supposed to... all of Russia just turned into an absolute just mess in terms of what's going on right now. Rebellion after rebellion. Aircrafts detected. Enemy raid. Trains gained. Oh, that's what he's up to in after that battle. Ooh, my ships have been recruited. I just want to send them out to check. So we got copper. So I'm going to send one over here. And I'll make 450 out of that. And we'll send another one here. We got another 410. Actually, no, those guys should have been sent towards the oil. Here's where the other cargo ship is. Is there any oil here? Not without passing the British. I believe there was... yes, coal! That was the one that we were looking for. So you will be sailing that way. You can attack some trade here. Wonderful. And you'll go for the coal. In terms of the crashes, I'm not entirely sure what happened with how all the events and stuff are triggering wrong in a way. Or causing crashes, but the thing is, a lot of the time, you know, with just how many edits and stuff there are to this, stuff like this can happen. And I mean, just to say it again, the base of this is a game about Napoleon, but it's turned into World War One. So even though in terms of tactics, at least in the early war, there was a lot of similarities, but yeah, there's a big difference. So this battle, I'm gonna bring in this guy. I mean, this one's definitely just an out-resolve, because it's absolute crap that's in there. So I think the last fight is against this army then. So it's a 4th fight of... it's the 4th battle of Cardiff. We're gonna have this army move around so that he can actually take part in the battle, or at least send in his infantry to aid in the fight. And then we'll go ahead and attack here. What I'll do is I'll merge some of these units so that we get as many guys in here as possible from the reinforcement army, and then this will be the final battle. And what I'll do is I'll switch it around so we have the bigger infantry units coming to take part in this battle, with the general dead last, and then we've got these 100 or so men coming in. Very nicely done, and there we have it. Let's go ahead and have the final battle before I out-resolve London and call it a victory. As I'm starting up with quite the small army to start off with, and really the troops that we're going to get is through the reinforcement army, we're building this defensive position to hold the enemy in our line. What am I talking about? I'm so fucking tired. As this army does not possess a lot of infantry, we're gonna be stationary to start off with. I've kind of built my defense here in case the enemy comes here. I don't think they will. I think we're gonna have to come to them. But for the start here, there's no point in being aggressive. So we've hunkered down. We've got 3 infantry in the center, flanked by machine guns. We've got the Jaegers placing some barbed wire in front. Cannons in the back, general to support. I have gone ahead and placed the assault groups ahead because they will really only be useful in attack. So yes, let's go ahead and start and see, because our reinforcement is going to come up right behind us. So we're going to build troops and then we're going to see about advancing on the enemy. I would definitely say that I had an artillery advantage in this fight. So I'm hoping that I can destroy a lot of the enemy's artillery and then we can actually assault this position as soon as possible. But it's going to take a while as we gather more infantry to be sent forward on the attack. Enemy's artillery has been destroyed. It's time to throw caution through the wind. To the wind, I should say. That's the expression. And move on the attack. Keep the Jaegers as a bit of a reserve while everyone else moves forward into the attack. So got my assault guys fighting against a rifle corps. Not going too well, but we have the advantage of having grenades, so we're going to move forward and see if we can't throw some of them. In case the enemy is able to break through my infantry here, I'm hoping I can get some charges off. I do always have the possibility of turning on the hoses, the machine guns, to spray the enemy down.
Sir, our general is under attack.
Let's go ahead and throw grenades on these guys. The enemy seems pretty dead set on... Oh, they've got their own machine guns. They're pretty dead set as well on kind of attacking us. Through the center though, so I'm not sure about that. Let's concentrate some troops here for that purpose. Oh, they've got 2 units coming in there. Throw people into the charge. Let's stop these. Let's get some charges going. Machine gun fire and hand grenades being thrown. Strange fight to say the least. Lots of troops being thrown into here. British are doing their best to hold us off. Units here don't look too good. I'm going to send in the general to support. Oh, the machine gun over here is being shot to pieces. Right, before you die, go ahead and open fire. Have these 2 units fall back to the defensive position.
Our men are running, sir.
Okay, so 1 unit was sent away. The other one, 10 men, might also actually be sent away. Pull back. Bayonet charges didn't go too well. The enemy's artillery Well, the machine gun out here was destroyed, so that's good. My charges here definitely did not go good, so let's turn on the hose. No. Fire straight into our own troops, if you please. Got British troops charging over here. Hindenburg is here to, or no, it's Von Bellow is here to support. Still have one machine gun ready to fire up through there. What are you doing? Just goddamn fire. Am I getting more reinforcement troops? I bet, I hope I do, because right now it's not looking good. Oh no, machine guns were overrun. The general is still here to support. This machine gun is still operational. Firing into this. As it is a single machine gun, it does have the advantage of not trying to reform the entire thing every time a minute change is happening. Right, we've got Marines coming in. Looks like the British are pulling away. I'm not sure what they're doing. Reorganizing and pulling away. Keep firing, lads. There's more reinforcements coming in. They're still calling artillery targets, as the enemy has literally gone in to the artillery pits. Keep up the fire. Position is completely overrun. We've got some Marines moving in here to support. General's down to 5 men in his bodyguard. I'm surprised they haven't tried to deal with this machine gun. Fire up the side here. These guys are gonna have made a lot of kills. Oh, there's still a guy here. Marines holding them off. Getting these guys back on the cannons. These guys never left, it seems. Get back on it. Yeah, I think they're leaving. They're leaving. Or they're trying to leave, anyways. Close call here for the general as well, down to just 5 or 4 bodyguard men. We've got one soldier over here and one other one over there. Alright, I know this the last guy left, but you might still want to fight a bit. Same with you. You might want to keep firing here. See if he gets anyone. I guess he's so nervous just for the fact that at any moment all those guys might turn on him and shoot him down. We got more Marines coming in and some assault groups. So surprised that the machine gun here is still operational. And looking by the amount of points he's gained, pretty safe to say that he's killed a lot of enemy troops. Right, let's clear out and send forwards. Force the enemy out of our artillery position. Try to man the gun if you can. There we go. That unit is destroyed. I kind of start feeling that my voice is heading south right now. It's more assault troopers. I don't like the fact that these guys decided to run away. It's gonna make it so much more difficult for me to win this battle. Did we kill? I don't think we killed the Under-General.
The entire unit is dead.
Here comes the secondary general. Can't remember what he's called, but here he is. Oh, the British Rifle Corps. So not only did they survive that grenade attack, they are the last to actually hold on, just to allow the others to fall back. Brave boys there in the first rifles. But they're all gone. I would say the battle is definitely won at this point, but as we can see, I'll still have to go out here and kill them. There we have it. Turns out they had 2 machine guns, but nothing that could stand up to just the sheer amount of troops that I had. Victory was achieved. High casualties on both sides, but decisively higher on the enemy. 2,500 for us deployed against 2,600. I lost 1,800 men against the enemy who lost everything. What remains is 600 men for our side, while 16 British troops are able to escape the battle. Highest kills goes to the machine gun, no surprise there, followed by the guns, followed by the heavy howitzer battery, and so on. No real high kills in this battle, like 500-ish. But there we have it. This army is completely destroyed. He has no infantry left. Luckily for him, we've got some that we got as a gift. Oh, you were attacked over... I'm not going to play that battle. Oh. Unfortunately, our gifts got massacred, but... I mean, there's no way the British are going to be able to pull off a counterattack right now. Especially as I am about defeat. Oh, am I going to have to play it? There we have that. Or somehow I had to play this battle, even though I had more troops, more cannons, and I mean, even with more troops, I had more, you know, better troops. They only had home guard, but for some reason, I had to play it. But there we have it. Oh, what was that? He gained something. One of them gained something. I'm not entirely sure what. But there we have it. All the victory conditions have been achieved. Normally the victory thing would be triggered right now. I'm not entirely sure. You know, it's yet another problem that has run up here in the last part of the campaign. But there we have it. It's not like, you know, I often want to like tie together the bag for, you know, to end the campaign. You'd sort of tie everything together, nice and you know, nice with a little bow on top. But in this case, I mean, I'm gonna end the campaign. We still have British troops roaming around in England. Russia is going absolutely to shit with tons of rebels and stuff everywhere. Where even my protectorate is trying to gain extra territory through all that. which is interesting. Or is gonna be 2 Latvias. There's gonna be my Latvia and then secondary Latvia. Who knows? But yeah, we were victorious, and it's time to let this go. So, it's gonna take. I think it's gonna take a few days until I decide what campaigns or how we're gonna vote on it and stuff like that. There's been a lot of like real life work that I've been doing, so that's been dragging things. Time to end it. I think I can't right now. I kind of feel like I was way too tired to actually record an episode right now. Could have probably been a little bit better, but then also I think what made me tired was the fact that I ran into problems like right at the goal post. I started running into a lot of difficulties with crashes related to all kinds of stupid shit. But there we have it. We have ended the campaign, and unfortunately I didn't really get that like. But I never really do I? I never really get like that one last battle to break all battles. But I'm sure there's a lot of favorites if you follow the series. And here it is finally over, so I can go ahead and install the same version of the mod as you guys have, and I might even be able to play against a few of you in multiplayer. With that said, I say as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!
men are running for